record as well. All right. Yeah, what I thought of doing now is go through assignment 3 with you that you must also complete. The reason why I chose assignment 3 is assignment 2 is still on my YouTube channel. You must just search there for assignment 2, and then you will find it. So we will, and then also I don't know if you have seen that your marks for assignment 1 is on Blackboard. I think it is straightforward. Maybe you can then ask me or email me directly if you have some questions regarding your marks. So yeah, and as yeah, you must just remember that we will do a practical exam as well. Therefore, I think assignment 3 is also important for that, because some of the questions, stuff that you must do will be the same as assignment 3 type of questions or functions that you will do in the exam itself. So yeah, okay, let me see. I just want to go back to all this information that you need for assignment 3 is on Blackboard. It is under extra resources. There's three things that I've done, or there's the mind map that we are going to use. There's two layers or data is the two layers that you need for the assignment 3. This is one I tried just so that you can download it as well. There's assignment 3 and this one is the same. It is the same as this one here. So you can download or look at it, and it describes everything that you must do. I just want to see if I can open the Okay, that one is also on YouTube. Yeah, you must look at the marks here, not the marks on Blackboard. So you must look at the marks, how it will count and all that in the course outline. Yeah, just assignment 3 is to identify catchment areas of secondary towns in the Free State. Okay, so then practical exam is then when you visit us again. So this is a short, what do you call it, assignment or task. So the plan is what you must do then is to identify catchment areas of Free State towns. And there's two ways how you can do it, and that one is, I think it is, how do you spell that? And polygons. That is the one way how you can look at catchment areas. And the other one that we will do is surface area. There's two methods you will use to look at the identification of catchment areas for the towns or any other towns or shopping centers or schools or whatever. You can use these two methods to have approximate catchment area. And we will go through that. The data that you're going to use, as I've shown in Blackboard, is the SA towns and roads. And here's the process that you must follow. I will look at that, why that is. Here is the Thiessen polygons and the surface area. And you can see here, I will go through it practical as well. Here's all the stuff that you must do in QGIS to change the projection, for example. select by location, symbology, and all that. So you can just follow this mind map in your practicals or for this one. So I'm just going to open my QGIS. So the first thing that we're going to do is to use the Thiessen polygons, and we will go through that process again. Just want it to open. Yeah, in QGIS you will then add the data first, and then you will reproject it. I just want to see what is the easiest way to. Okay, so that is the first one that we're going to do. And now it takes long to open. All right. So you will always have this screen when you first open it. The middle part here is of previous projects that you are busy with or done. Here's some news, and then my toolbox is open, processing toolbox. I like it to be open here. So the first thing is what you must do is then to open or add your data. And the easiest way for me to add data is this browser. So you can, there's other ways, is you can add it here. There's layer, add layer, but the easiest way is the browser, and it works like your normal file explorer. Okay, and I store the data for the two. I stored it. I just want to see where did I stored it. It is under my so the two things will be the towns. It is in that package database. There's all the towns in South Africa, and we will download the roads. There is the roads one, the Free State road. So this is the data that we're going to use. I just want to see where can I get the boundaries. Yeah, because I just want to use a specific towns. Let's see if I can do a search here. I just want to check what is the information in my towns. So there's only the name and the type of town, but I want only to use the Free State ones. Okay, let's see if I can find my Free State boundary. I'm just looking for the Free State boundaries, see if I can find it here. There's Mangoon, prison, roads, schools, all the data that is in that spatial database. Where is my data? Okay, then I'm going to use plan B. So I'm just going to use this part of the towns here. So I'm going to select this information. This is all the towns that I'm going to use. Let's go back to what we must do is reproject. Okay, there's the first thing that we must do is we must reproject data. So important is that the data, because we are working with distance, is that we reproject the data, or we must be in a projection, not in decimal degrees or geographic data. So I just want to see what kind of data is this. I look at the properties of that Free State roads, the source. Okay, you see it is already the roads are in UTM 35 South. Let's see the towns. It's in 92, so I just want to check if we must then reproject it. Yeah, so both is in the correct or not in the correct projection, but it is projected, so that is all right. So we can go to the next step. What you must check in your data is that the properties of data information is that your coordinate system, it must not be geographical projection or geographic. If it is in a projection, then it is fine. Then you can use it because in a projection, we're going to use distance. So the next step is, okay, that is all the steps. How you project it. And select by location, select. Yes, you're going to use that Free State. I will upload the Free State boundary just after the session, and then you can use this methodology, how you select it, and then you export the data. So what I've done is I've selected, use some of my mouse to select it. So I'm going to export the towns. I right click on it, export, save the selected. Very important is that you use the save selected features as, and it must be in due package. Let's see where I save it. Okay, it's not going to do there. I'm going to save it with my data here. There's the other two due packages. Okay, I'm going to say Free State counts. New package, save, Free State Towns. It will be in the 29 projection. That is fine. I want to add the data here, so I add. So I switch this off. So there's the data that I'm going to use, the towns data, but you see it's a lot of towns. I go back to what I must do. I've selected this. I've done that. Then I export the selected. And then I call it my study towns, or I call it Free State Towns or whatever. And you can save it under assignment 3, or as I've saved it, the Free State Towns. Okay, that is the next one is to look at the symbology, to categorize the features. Okay, you're supposed to know that by now, but what you do is you go to the properties and you right click on it, properties for that specific layer, symbology, and you use then categorized. And like I've said, this is the feature, random colors classify, and here are the type of points or towns that are in the database. So you see there's a lot of this general town. If you look at the light brown color, so a lot of the towns in this area is general. You see that blue one is a secondary town. Let's check what is the name of that town. So that is Tennyson. So they say Tennyson is a secondary town. And let's look at that. I think that is a purple one. Throne is also a town there. This one is in Kleinfontein. So it's a lot of smaller towns here in this selection. But I think we will look at the secondary towns as indicated in our plan. Okay, let's go back to our methodology. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is to select by expression. Let's see. You see that button there with the E and the yellow box to select, and we're going to look at the secondary towns. You see there's that button there on top, and because we are using fields, this is most a data field in our table. So we open field here. I want features. Okay, there's feature equal, and then you can click on this all unique, and then it again shows all the type of towns in our study area. So then if I double click there, you'll see it's the feature. It must select the features equal the secondary towns. And let's see what happened. I click here on select features, and you see there's a few yellow dots now. That means that towns are selected. If I open the attribute table again of my selection attribute table, you will see there's on top 22 selected features of then 13,246 points. So in our database that we are working with, there's over 13,000 points or towns, but there's only 22 secondary towns that we're going to use in our study. So again, I'm going to export that. So I'm going to right click on it, export. Again, remember important to select the save selected features as, and I'm going to use the due package, and I'm going to save it somewhere in my Free State Towns due package. Again, here I must just change the name there. If it allows me to click there. Okay, just wait till it arrives. So secondary, I call it F S for secondary towns, secondary towns. Everything is the same. Add saved file to map. I say okay. And now if I switch off the Free State towns, you will see there is only there 22 towns that I've selected. There's now a few outside the Free State, but that is okay. Again, what I normally do is to save the project, the QGIS project. So I click on save projects. I go to my directory here and I call it assignment 3. So I save my project. So I will do it regularly. Of course, you don't know if load shedding or whatever. If your computer is off and you did not save, then you must do it all again. So I've saved my QGIS project. The next thing that I'm going to do is, I think, is to go to my Thyssen polygon. I exported it to a GEO package. Is there a question? I can't.
Yes, yes. There's a question here. All right. On the, I realized after selecting the Free State towns only, from there,
Yeah,
after classifying them, I think I just didn't see what
yeah,
is it that, how do we end up with the capital city towns?
yeah. So what
Yeah.
I've done here is I've used that select name, select by expression. You see that yellow with that 3 or that E there. So if I go back to my data, I want to select from these Free State towns.
Uh-huh.
All this data I've selected it. I just want to unselect it. If you use that yellow button there on top, is deselect. You see it, then it remove the yellow. So what I want to do is I want to select the secondary towns here. So how do I see that secondary towns? I've opened my layer properties. I'm symbolize it on feature, and then I
Uh-huh.
classify it, and there I
Definitely.
see my secondary town. Then I say okay. So now
Uh-huh.
you see a lot of brown and other stuff towns, but I
Yes.
want that secondary town there. So
Yeah.
to do that, I use that select by expression, that yellow and the 3, let's call it a 3. And important, everything, the fields that you're going to, is under fields and values, you select feature, because the reason why you select features, I just want to open the attribute table again. You see there's the fields or the columns in my data. So one of the columns is feature, and here you see is the name or the classification, major town, capital, and all that. So that is why I look at feature there. So again, I use the select by expression, the fields feature, double click on it so that it is in my window here. Then I say equals, and to see what is all the data on towns in that feature, I say all unique, and there it shows that again. So feature equals secondary town. So I double click on secondary town. So my expression here is features equals South Africa, all that long one, secondary towns, and then I say select features. And I can close it here. Then you will see there is again that yellow buttons or yellow dots. That means it is selected, and that means that it is secondary towns that is selected. And then I'm going to export it. So I right click on my layer, export. Important, like I've said, is you must save selected features as, and it will stay there. GEO package. You use those 3 buttons to choose the GEO package that you want to use. I'm going to use this Free State towns, and then here at layer name, you can type in the name that you want to save it. I've typed in this FS secondary towns. So I'm not going to do it again, but there you in the layer name, you type in the town or the name of your new layer, and then you say okay, and then it will add it here to your layers. So that is the one that we're going to use, that top one. So there's all the towns that we're going to to use. So the next step, and I've exported to G package. The next step is to use the Thiessen polygons. And then you see, I will show you again, you search for Thiessen. Where do you search? It is in your processing toolbox. There you type in Thiessen. And then what it will open, it will not open the Thiessen, but it knows that this Voronoi polygon is the same as a Thiessen polygon. So you choose that one, as you have seen in this mind map, you select that Voronoi polygons, double click on it. Again, I'm going to use that Free State Towns, not that one. That one, FA secondary towns, because I only want to do the secondary towns. I just want to check the buffer that I've used here. Okay, so there's the one that I've used. You can type in the buffer of 100. That means it is 100% of your secondary towns is going to use. And there you can then save it again, save to file. Again, you go to your projects where all your data is. There's my Free State Towns. Okay, I'm not going to use that one, so I go back. I'm going to save it as save to G package. There's my Free State Towns. Okay, and then it will open this one here. You then type in the name of your new layer Thiessen. So there it is. Okay, then I say run. You see this green one, I just hold on. I just want to check something. Okay. So it created this green polygons, and if I zoom out a little bit, you'll see that is the extent of that 100% what I've used. So I'm just going to switch off the roads for a while. This is Thiessen, and now you can again symbolize it, because I want it to be not a color, but I want to see what is beneath it. So I open the properties, and there's my symbology. I click on simple fill. Here at my fill color, I then choose transparent fill. You see, then you can see through it. There's my Thiessen polygons, and you remember how to add your your X, Y, Z tiles. So I'm going just to add that as well. I just want to see how that looks like. Okay, let's wait for it. So there's a Thiessen polygon. What a Thiessen polygon means is that for this area here, just top to the north of that green dot, it is closer from that point where the hand is to go to the town there as to go to that town. It is as the crow flies. Maybe there's a mountain inside, here's a river, whatever, but just based on distance, it will be closer for that person there to go to this town as to this town. So this is then a type of, like we said, the catchment area of the towns. Other thing that you can do is to label the town. So again, to label, you open the properties of your layer that you want to label. Yes, label. You click on label, a single label. And what I then normally do is I say there must be a buffer and a mask. And it use, okay, the ID, you remember, is a town name. So then you say, okay, so there's the the names of the towns. Okay, again, I'm going to save it so that later on I will create my map. But this is the first part of the assignment, is to create a Thiessen polygon to maybe to estimate, to calculate this catchment area of the secondary towns in Free State. So the Thiessen polygon is the first one. The second one that we're going to use is we're going to establish a surface area to the secondary towns, and here it explain it as well step by step. Important here is you're going to use a plugin that is the SKU need, and I'm just going to show you how you install plugins in QGIS. So back to our QGIS software. Again, the first thing that we must do is we must install that plugin. So I click on plugin, manage and install plugins. And to do this, you must be connected to the internet. I just want to see what I must spell. Q need. So I just type in the Q need. You see there it is. You click on it. I've already installed it. So I'm not going to do it again, but what will happen, you click on that, and here where it is say reinstall plugin. They will, if you did not it in the past, they will say install plugin. You install it, and then it will be on your computer. Okay, that is the first thing that you must do. We've installed the plugin, and then you will see after you have installed it, it will be part of your processing toolbox here at the bottom. So what we're going to use is we're going to use this Q need, and we're going to use this ISO area as polygon from layer. Important, we're going to use this function ISO area as polygon. Okay, I just want to see what is the next. Okay, surface area. Okay, let's see, they say this snap geometry. So you must look at this video as well. So the next thing that I just want to show you is I just want to switch this off, switch off the Thiessen, and let's zoom into Bothaville here in the Free State. If I click on the Free State roads here, you will see that Bothaville, the point or the dot, is not connected to a line here. So what will happen is this exercise will not work 100% because it only works if that point or dot is connected to a line so that it can calculate distance. So the next thing that we must do is we must snap, I think snap, let's see, snap. I think it's this one, snap geometries to layer. You must check the video, I will, that one. The input layer then is the Free State Town secondary. The reference layer will be then the Free State roads. Let's say it is, I think, 150 meters. And let's save it to our geo package, Free State Towns. And let's call it then Snap Towns. Yeah, we will see what will happen if we do that. Okay, just close. Let's see, nothing happened there. I just want to see. Okay, let's do that again. I just want to check the distance. We use that to measure. It is from there to there. Well, okay, it is more than 650 meters. So that is why I did not snap, because we say 150. So let's do the snap again. I just want to remove that one, remove layer. Okay, snap geometry, Free State Towns. You want to snap it to the roads, and let's use a kilometer or 1,000 meters. You see here's meters, so we're going to snap it 1,000 meters, save to package, Free State towns, and snap towns, and let's call it 2 because there's already one, so okay. Let's see, run, close. Okay, it will not. Okay, I just want to check something else. Remove this one. Remember we said this one is projection is UTM 35 south. Maybe it must be the same one. So I'm going to reproject it then, as we discussed earlier. Here in my processing toolbox, reproject. I just want to see where it is on top. Reproject layer. Open that. Free State roads. Here's the one, Hartebeespoort 94. The 29 one. I'm going to save it to my due package. I call it FS roads. And normally then I put on a 29 so that I know the projection is 29. Okay, and let's run it now. It's busy there, 99%. Okay. If I switch it off, it is there again. And let's try now again our previous one. And what you will see here in your processing toolbox, there's a recently used, so I don't have to go back to that. I can use my snap geometry. Hopefully it will work. I'm going to use this Free State secondary towns. I'm going to use this one that I've projected, FS roads. Let's see, 1,000 meters. Save to due package, my Free State towns. Snap towns 3. Give it a few seconds. It seems if it is stuck. Okay, there, so I say okay. Everything is must snap. You see what happened now? It snapped to that point, nearest point there. So now I have my snap towns 3 and I have my road. So what is important, as I've said in the beginning, I thought that we don't have to do that, but you must project it in the beginning, this reproject, to make it the same projection. I project it to that 29. Okay, I just want to see where we are. There we are. Okay. Let's go back to QGIS. Okay, so now I go here to my Q need 3. Like I've said, ISO area. And this one, ISO area as polygon from layer. So I double click on that. Okay, now he asks me vector layer representing network. Remember, I changed the projection, so I used that 29 one. The start points must be then snap towns. The unique ID, remember the ID here is the town names. And I just want to see what other stuff did we use here. ID, so there we say it is 250 and 10,000 and 100. 250, 250,000. You see 250,000. That contours, I say is 1,000 or what's it, 10,000. 10,000. You can play around with this, but you can use this, and the cell size is 100 meters by 100 meters. It must use the shortest path, so it's going to look at all the distance between the towns using the roads, and it's going to use the shortest path. So there will be maybe a few roads between towns, but it will use the shortest path. Okay, that is fine. And then here you can leave that optional. You can leave that. Okay, that one output interpolation, you can leave that, but we want the polygon. So again, save to. Okay, let's still use our Free State towns. Catchment area. FS catchment. Okay, catchment. Okay, that will be the name of my layer. Okay, let's see. Run. You can play around with that attributes or stuff like that, but I normally use the 250,000 and all that I've shown you. Now it goes through the towns and the networks and the calculations. You see all that 250,000 and 10,000 meters. So it goes through that. For each point, I think there's 11 points. 0.4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, there's more than that. So it's a little bit more. So let's wait for it to go through. Twenty-one points. Okay, let's see what it calculated. And let's close. Okay, still a little bit busy. Okay, finish. Just close. So I just want to zoom out. So it created this area here. I just want to switch off the roads. So now what we must do is we must symbolize it. Let's keep on the roads there, or let's use the correct one. So there's our towns here. So I change the symbology. Let's use our properties. Symbology. graduated, and the value that you're going to use is cost level. And let's choose it from the blue ones. I use this Jenks normally. Just want to open the precision is normally 4. You see there's, okay, now it is better. Okay, I just want to change. You see the white colors is near the town, and the further you way, further the way you go from the towns, the darker the color. Okay, I just want to again switch on my open street, but here open the properties. I just want to see if I can help a little bit here at style rendering of layer rendering. I say it must be SEMA 80% see through, or you see there it is now a little bit. You can see now, see through it, or you can play now around to see if how does it look like. But this is, if I can just switch on our roads again. See, it used the roads to calculate distance from the town, the shortest route. Just want to check here. No, okay. Okay, so this is your surface area. So here it is. Yeah, this is the one that I done previously. The same method here, but this one is the darkest color is in the middle, or the shortest from the town. Maybe we can do that. So I go to my catchment area again. I just want to see where I can change this symbol. Okay, not that one. Yeah, I think. Okay, open the color ramp. Invert color ramp. You see the darkest is now at the 10,000 meters. And now it looks like this. Again, this is your catchment area that you can use. If you put on the Thiessen polygon on top of that, you can see it is almost the same as the Thiessen polygon. Okay, this one is the interpolation, the one that I did not save, but it used that raster image to create the catchment area. So you can switch that off, and then you can see through your map and stuff like that. Again, save it. Now, important one that you know how to do is to create a layout map of this. Go to project. Then want to close project, new print layout. Let's say assignment 3. Here's my clean canvas. Again, then I start here. You can use this buttons here, but I think it's easier to start here. You add your map. There's our map. And I always want my frame around it. Here my item properties. So there's my frame. Let's see the next one. Label. I click that and I select here. You see the small, but here to the right hand side I type in Free State. You can choose your own one. Free State catchment. areas. Okay, then you must see it is small, but then you can increase that. Right click here or click here on this arrow here. There I want it maybe, let's make it 16. Okay, let's make it 18. A little bit better. Okay, 18. Or I can click on itself. 18 there. I don't want it was maybe bold. You can't do that. But yeah, you can play around with it. I just want it to be in the center. We will just check that now. Okay, font, center, and in the middle. So there's my title. You must have a title. Okay, the next one is item legend important. I normally put my legend here to the right. You see, it's all the layers that is here, and I don't want all the layers. So let's remove the layers that I don't want. You see here in my item properties, auto update. I switch that off, and now I can remove, not delete, remove the layers from the legend. So I remove that one. You see here to the bottom is that remove. Okay, that one I'm going to leave. That one I'm going to click control. So okay, it will not work. Let me see. I'm going to remove that one like one by one. Going to remove that one. Okay, season I want, the catchment I want. And from here I can delete or remove everything that I don't want. So shift, click there, remove. You see, there's the stuff that I want in my my legend. Okay, again, click on that. You see that points there. That means it is selected. Here's my item properties. Again, I just want to put on a frame here. The problem here is you see there's spelling Free State Town, one word, and that does not look like so nice. So I go back to my main QGIS. Here's it Free State catchment. I'm going to F2 so I can change it. Just remove that FS. The catchment is okay. That one also I'm going to call secondary towns. And then now I can go back to my map here. You see that already it changed it automatically. So I'm just going to switch it on here. The secondary towns, that green one, and there's my fees and polygons, is that lines there, and there's the different kilometers. Okay, the next one, add item, important that we want a scale bar. So here I'm going to put it here, and as always, it only put two blocks there. I want it normally to be 5. So here to the right hand side again, you see it is selected by that white dots there. Item properties. Yeah, yes, to the segments here, I then just add 5 there. You see, then it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements there. I'm not going to put a block around that, so it is fine with me. You can decide what you're going to do. The next item that you need is, like I've always said, is a north arrow. You can put it somewhere. Okay, there's my north arrow. You can change it here. You see it also again to the right hand side. There's my arrows. And let's choose this one. You see, then it changed to that one. So your north arrow, you must have your north arrow. Let's see other important one. North arrow. Okay, that is the things that I want on your map. Is the map itself, your title of your map, the legend, the scale, and the north arrow. And as I always say, if these elements are not on your map, I will give you 0, because that must be on your map. But important is you must add your name as well. So how do you do that? Is again add label, and here normally here is you put it here. I can type created by so that I know it is from you. You created the map. Okay, so there's my map again. I save my project. Important now is you must send me your PDF. What I'm going to do is just now I'm going uh, on Blackboard I'm going to add an assignment, and you must upload this PDF onto that assignment. So how do you create a PDF? You click here on you see that one, export to PDF. Again, there's my 22 and assignment 3, but also important, I want you to add your name here as well, or your student number, so that they know again that it is from you. So there's my save. All the other things is fine. Save. And what it will do, normally it will give you that one. So I click on that green. So here's my assignment, my PDF. And if I open it, this is the map that I've created. So in this map you upload to Blackboard. I will create the assignment just now. So what you will see here is my Thiessen polygons. Beneath that is my catchment areas, and I want to see if you were able to do this. Again, the title, the map itself, the legend, scale bar, north arrow, and then just your name and your name in the name of the PDF. And then you upload it to Blackboard. Okay, let's see. I also will just add the Free State boundary so that you can maybe clip it as well, so that it looks like a little bit better. So so this will be your product, the catchment area, and as you see, it does not look nice here around the corners. But if you clip it using the Free State boundary, it will look like this. It will look like that, where you have the boundary around it and so forth. So I'm just going to you clip it using this methodology here, so that it looks a little bit better. So this is assignment 3. Assignment 2 is also on my YouTube channel, Y to Next YouTube channel. And yeah, you can also use that to do assignment 2. Just want to see, how do I switch it off? Okay. All right. Yeah. So that is assignment 3, and it will be a big part of the exam as well. So you will maybe create a point and a line and a polygon, and then you will do a Thiessen polygon and so forth, and then create a layout for the exam. So you will do 2 things. You will, let me just think back, you must create a point, line, and polygon, label something, check the data, and so forth, and then do a polygon. So I think there will be 2 main questions in the exam. You will almost a combination of assignment 1 and 2, and then one of the task of assignment 3 for the exam, practical exam. Okay, and I will stop the recording. Just check here.